Maggie knew the walk home by heart, the fog thick and oppressive. Her heels echoed in the eerie silence. A chill crept up her spine as she passed a flickering street lamp. She glanced back, seeing nothing but mist. Her pace quickened. Turning into Baker's Lane, she heard it, a whisper, barely audible. She stopped, heart pounding, and scanned the darkness. "Who's there?" Silence. She pressed on, the whispers growing louder. A shadowy figure appeared at the alley's end, unmoving, watching. The shadows seemed to dance in the flickering light. Maggie's heart raced as she tried to make out the figure's features. The figure took a step forward, revealing a glint of metal in its hand. Maggie's breath caught in her throat as she realized the danger she was in. She frantically searched for an escape route, her mind racing with fear. With a burst of adrenaline, Maggie turned and ran back the way she came, her footsteps echoing in the empty alley. Her heart pounding in her chest, she didn't stop until she reached the safety of her home, the figure's true identity still a mystery. As she locked the door behind her, Maggie couldn't shake the feeling that the encounter was far from over. She knew she would have to confront the figure's true identity sooner or later. But for now, she needed to gather her courage. The night stretched ahead of her, filled with uncertainty and the promise of truth waiting to be revealed. With a deep breath, Maggie steeled herself for the inevitable confrontation, determined to uncover the secrets hidden in the shadows. The clock ticked away the minutes, each one bringing her closer to the moment of truth. As the hours passed, Maggie's resolve only strengthened, ready to face whatever awaited her in the darkness. The sound of a distant howl echoed through the night, sending shivers down Maggie's spine, but fueling her determination. With a final deep breath, Maggie stepped out into the night, ready to discover the figure's true identity once and for all. The cool night air wrapped around Maggie as she ventured closer to the shadowy figure, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and curiosity. As she moved closer, the figure's features began to take shape in the dim moonlight, revealing a familiar face. Her sister, Alice. Maggie's heart sank with a mix of relief and confusion. "Alice, what are you doing here?" she whispered, taking a hesitant step forward. Alice's eyes were cold and unrecognizable, a stark contrast to the sister Maggie once knew. Without a word, Alice raised the gleaming knife, her movements eerily deliberate. Maggie's mind raced with questions and fear as she struggled to make sense of her sister's chilling transformation. The night air grew heavy with tension as Maggie stood frozen, her sister's intentions still a mystery shrouded in darkness. With each passing moment, the gravity of the situation weighed heavily on Maggie, unsure of what would unfold in the stillness of the night. Suddenly, without warning, Alice lunged forward, the blade flashing in the dim light as terror gripped Maggie's heart. "Alice, no!" Maggie cried out, her voice filled with desperation, but it was too late. The blade pierced through the darkness, and a searing pain surged through Maggie's body. Crumpling to the floor, pain radiating from her wound, Maggie's vision blurred as she struggled to comprehend the betrayal unfolding before her eyes. As the world around her spun in a haze of pain and disbelief, Maggie's final thought was of the sister she had once loved, now a chilling stranger standing over her, emotionless. The bond that once connected their hearts had shattered in an instant, leaving Maggie to face the harsh reality of her sister's unfathomable act against her. In the midst of agony and betrayal, Maggie's heart ached for the loss of the sister she once knew, now replaced by a haunting memory of darkness and pain.